Poach not really putting it in his repertoire of controllers yet. It's still impactful. You've got the paranoia, you've got the smokes, you've got the rechargeable smokes. The Astra, so cost efficient at creating control with how much your utility costs and how you can play mind games with the conditioning. We saw that on this exact first map. This time it's going to be played a little bit differently.
Interesting from Rita, just stopping the Tiles push and also putting pressure on them to re-clear in mid when they do eventually come here. No drone from Critical to be able to do so. Rita is going to jump spots. The cat smoke, they're going to go through it though. Maybe a dart? No, it fades just as they get there. But there's so many nanostorms on the door if they end up pushing through it. It might be a heaven split though. The turret will be there as well. It won't be. Straight through the door they go and into the eye of the beholder. Your pops it and it slows it right down.
Yeah, now that the nanoswarms have subsided, they can finally start to push in. Poach has been taking his sweet time wrapping around through A main, and now they've got the control, they've got the spike planted. How do XSet retake the site? They don't have the hot hands anymore from We Did. They still have the nanoswarms here from Twifo. Or rather, they don't. So they don't really have a lot of kind of clearing utility. They just have to go in. Right. There are players pushing in for the tree room. This is going to start to be a factor. Poach is the one that was supposed to stop them, but he can't. Down one final player, Bjor. Got a friendly little turret there to help him. But unfortunately, XSet just way too strong.
Absolutely clean. The stars put down on the site from Aaron. Forced them to be in uncomfortable positions. They all come swinging through the doors. All five were on site, it felt like. Twifo with the delay to start things off didn't really end up catching too much. It did split them up, but eventually here's the retake. The smoke ending up forcing one player to go through. Flawless pistol round for XSet. Things look good to start. I like the ideas on their side, especially We Did in the beginning of that round, and the timing as well. Straight through the star. They don't care about it at all. That's a complete difference from what we were watching from Cloud9 side. When you had BCJ and Rossi. They jump through, take it over, waste the star. Now B-main is not going to be able to slow for them. Back towards mid, they clear bottom, but the drone tags Yor. So they actually have a lot of information. I think that drone got all four of them, and they're going to kind of run the same idea. Back up Cat this time though, all the way up towards A. The big difference, Will lurking in mid. We can catch a gun and rotate out. Things could be really, really good. It's a double tree setup as well for XSet. Purer will have to be the guy. And he's down as well, so he's going to be full committed to this.
Down, so the double setup in tree. A little bit more challenging to hold on to. Pure finds one down to 74, but he's currently being pushed by the classic. Rockart does end up finding its mark, but now players from Tree finally join the party. We Did find Stu, quickly does get traded. The lurking play around through mid will get stuffed. Rockart 33 HP with a Spectre. They're gonna just do some extra bonus damage, right? That's really the goal here. Wall goes down. Spike picked up.
10 seconds.
Does find one. Definitely a little bit more of a doable scenario. BCJ is low. Twifo pushes forward because he's a little bit healthier, but unfortunately a little bit greedy for that spike credit. You know.
They got it. That's all it is. He got it. One of the things you also have to remember is how the ult points actually stack up. Is the money worth it in this case? Probably. You don't have any of these ults coming online except for We Did already. The power of Phoenix. In the 6 ult orbs. 4 and 1, yes. And it's time. He's got run it back. He's positioned in mid right now. Not quite sure where his teammates want to go. Looks like the call is made that they're going to walk down mid. Potentially be able to fight here. And they've got the stars in position as well. Top mid to smoke maybe. And tiles as well. So they're going to be able to take mid control. And I'm not sure if there's anything to really fight back against this except for the start. There's the ult. They're going to go into tiles with it. Full control. Your stuffs him, thankfully. And Poach also responds as there's the B main push happening. Don't care about what you're doing. All done from him, but We Did still going.
It's the curveball. This is going to be a little bit problematic. Poach, though. Poach, my goodness. Finds the trade down to 2 for XSet. Smokes go down. Thwifo in a cheeky position. Unfortunate that now that's the spike. This is
Pure
so
is here.
doable now for XSet. Pure has joined the fray around the catwalk side. Thwifo now holding and spraying across. Pure re-peaks. Finds to pick onto Critical. They still have all this control. Now that the smoke subsides, they just have one more player to deal with. It's Will. Doesn't realize Thwifo, the athleticism is there, jumping on the box, jumping on the bike, and jumping on the dub. That's 3 in a row for XSet.
That mid control was spectacular from XSet, even though they ended up getting shut down initially on that ult. They could still walk through. Don't forget they had to smoke the star from so deep at the top of mid. Critical's not fast enough with the drone to be able to actually see if Thwifo going to be pushing up after this. He leaves it a little too early. Poach left all on his lonesome. They get the spike.
Get out of my way.
They go forward. This time, a lot of mid presence here from BBG. There's just pistols. They're going to try to walk through. No. They actually opt to just play one in the smoke. They don't know what's on the other side.
Ouch. 77 and 45. Will and Bjor get quite injured. This is the pistol for them. Economy is seen better days. Except this time just waiting for XSet. Sorry. Except this time waiting for BBG to make the move, and they finally do, pushing up through B main. There's gonna be the first pick onto Aaron. That might open things up. Still a player on site. It's BCJ. One at a time, Sheriff after Sheriff. Now they've got 2 upgrades, and there's 2 players remaining.
Still got Poach in mid. He's going on the timing as well. Going to start hunting through markets. Bjor is in a place that he can help out if that does come to fruition, but both are in spawn. Flash is here, potentially for Will, so that they could peek with Critical and Rarkar as well. There it is. The swing for Bjor too, it's really good, and Poach is on the backside as well. Well played, good timing. But most importantly, the shots connect on those entries for BBG. We get the B site and the round.
I think we're in for a series where we should not be discounting the eco rounds whatsoever, because I was like, you know what, XSet, they're chilling back, laid back, sipping mimosas halfway through the day. You just say, don't relax yet. We're just getting started.
I mean, hey, after the Rarkar whiffs on the knives, I was like, oh yeah, we can relax. This round's gonna be over. But then he comes in with a kill. Will comes in with a kill. I think Bjor also got one as well. All 3 down instantly. Yeah, BBG is well aware of how to play against Aaron's Astra here. They are not deterred whatsoever after a single star, gravity well, what have you, come through. Also, none of that deep lane B main or A main pushes with the paranoias are possible without this Omen here. So their flashes and potential there. Slightly different, but it is 4 buckies for XSet. This could be dangerous. Walking into 4 players right now.
Still seeing something quite similar for BBG holding default on tiles. Almost a little bit of a mirrored anticipation we saw in the first series, but they're going to be going up through mid. There's an alarm bot there. They finally get rid of, and now XSet a little bit of a position to anticipate the movements here. One comes easy for BCJ. He finds another before going down. That might just be the ticket. We did now starting to push forward. He's getting aggro onto the site. Now just falls onto the 1v1 spike being planted. Now the onus is on Aaron. Smokes go down. There's going to be the swing. Sees Will right behind the double box. Shots good. Now it's a little bit of a thrifty round for XSet. They came in with buckies and came out with the dub. BBG have to be kicking themselves how tough that hit into B was.
Yeah, I think they realized the difficulty that A was going to be, and then they shifted their way back over towards the mid take, but at that point they had not cleared B main. There's a lot of potential there for XSet to fight back from both sides, to fight back as they try to come out of market, but to swing out of spawn, not let them get extra space. Fight them on the choke point, and it works. BCJ coming up huge, though, with those first two.
We survived.
He was the last one in that situation, so. Once again, approach Sean B main. They stop to kind of place that star that they've been doing. Riot is very close, and he's got run it back. If Pure can do something for him here, he might be able to chase them all down. They clear main, they get the orb, and they back off.
Definitely a much slower map. Much more patient. Trying to gather intel first. Well, guess what? BCJ finds a little something, something. Hunter's Fury sends it flying. Not going to find anything but the tag. That's Poach. Gets injured down to 70, loses the armor as well. The Spike's heading on over. Weeded still playing close contact by the Arches. Does get traded by Will. Pure backside behind the dice, hoping to get lucky, but still. It's Thwifo that comes to the rescue. Spike down, and now all up to Bjor. Trying to figure out where this player may be. Behind the boathouse, he appears, and Bjor will take him down. Now the 1v2. Lockdown available. If he plays this in a specific way, he might be able to put it to use, but has the turret as his second man in the lobby. Now here comes the most important part. Thwifo with the body peek. Pure now back towards the wine cellar, dropping down on site. This is going to be a little bit more close. Pure can't swing, and he does so. Ring around the rosie's going to come up empty with no pockets full of posies.
Love how Thwifo played it up top in heaven there to spot him coming around the corner. No shot that he's going to end up dying in that situation. And of course, dancing around. Pure always has the ability to escape that situation as well. Around locked up, even as we found Bjor getting the kill onto BCJ all the way back on B. No worries there as long as it's played correctly, and it is. XSet up forward now. BBG definitely starting to fall behind a little bit. It's not like their approaches aren't working fully. I mean, they are getting some space when the time comes, but when their hits are happening, it feels like XSet is ready. That first shot from Weeded, and then Thwifo coming in at just the right time on the rotation.
You should run.
It's a very interesting lockdown. XSet still have the ability to play contact towards spawn. It is smoked off now, which gives Bjor the space, but you see like this, like BCJ still has an angle in towards mid, so that lockdown all used to clear the tree room. There's still a lot of players here. Now they've got a counter lockdown, and Thwifo, it's going to go down, makes it a little bit more challenging, and unfortunately it doesn't go punished. So now it'll get its full duration and potentially even detain players as XSet defend the site with honor. Will has to escape the lockdown, the counter lockdown that was used to push him away. And Weeded finds 3 on the round to seal the fate. 5 rounds up is XSet. They're looking so good.
So many ults from XSet there. It was just so rough to get anything done. I do like that lockdown in mid. It clears tree. It allows for the A split to come basically scot-free. No worries in the world. And that's what they did. The slight feint from Bjor up into market to show them, hey, it could also be top mid if you're not careful. But then the lockdown cosmic divide combo from both Aaron and Thwifo. Very hard to get back through. Nice shot from Pure to open things up. That's too easy. Combination with the dart, by the way, from BCJ. There's a flash through. Pure is in a little bit of trouble because in the same gravity well, but they've got the ways to fall off. And once again, another dart spots everything. Poach is left by himself with the spike again. Maybe he has TP to get across mid, but if he doesn't spend that as his team tries to poke up Cats, the idea is if they get space, they'll go join him, and he will. They're rotating. Aaron's here now. Twyfo's up top. Weeded still sitting with the flash, ready to go off. Is turret contact? Yep.
30 seconds left.
BBG can get this spike down. They have the Hunter's Fury to use in the post plant. First initial pick comes up big. Weeded still trying to dissuade them. Some pre-fire shots, but now they've got the spike down. 4v4. Despite XSet members being here, now they have to get involved. They can no longer sit idly on the heaven side. The flash through shots good. Still one more player down low. Poach with 2 sheriff shots up towards heaven. The final tag
Player standing.
finds another. BCJ does get traded. Aaron now the last player standing. Critical with 1 HP. One wrong move, and he's as good as gone, and that's a problem now because you lost your Omen, you lost your IGL, and you're about to lose your head too. Shots here for Aaron, the pre-fire shots. He goes hunting, and he comes up with more than his family can eat.
Sketch on the timing. Yep,
Oh!
I thought so.
That's
Super
tight.
sketch there. Tried it, but critical with the shoulder peek just buys enough time and is able to back up when he realizes. So just that slight movement, and that's the 0.5 seconds that you need to win the round. There you go, BBG on the board. That's the Thrifty as well. Well done. Poach coming up huge with the 2 sheriff kills underneath heaven. It's going to be attack after that for BBG. Try to figure out what's going on. A tactical timeouts. XSet seem to be in the driving seat for sure. 6-2. Their sight holds on both sides so far have proved to be very effective. Their aggressive set plays as well have worked out quite nicely. Disappointing we haven't seen more of it, but that time it was pure with the op finding the easiest of kills on the entry there in B main with just the combination dart from BCJ. Left Bjor looking up in the sky as the op is coming around the corner.
This is a tough position to be in, BBG. Ultimately, you lose this round. Economy is not amazing. You've bought down much as you can, and
Okay,
lose
this is fast. This is faster. They're straight through mid, straight through tiles. Nothing here from XSet to actually recognize this. They did switch Twyfo here into market. He's not playing that floating roll over towards A. We did shoulder peeking. This will tell him that there's not going to be anything A main for quite some time, but the timing could be awkward. If he continues to do this past this mid aggression, past them peeking, then it could be really nice, but he actually has to fall off a little early. Man, they feel stuck. Feels like they wanted to go fast into mid, fast into market, clear up that area, break the alarm bot if it's there, but it's not. And they don't peek past into market to catch Twyfo stuck by himself. Instead, they go back to where we did already spot something, and they have 3 players here.
Right here.
well, now with not a lot of time left, Bala, they got to make a move. They're backing away. You've got 30 seconds. Where are you gonna go? You're gonna go B? The death trap of Astra and Killjoy. All right, here it comes. Poach.
Here comes
Carrying.
the lot. Yep.
Here comes the train. Aaron, they're just getting shot. They're getting stuck. They don't have a lot of time. And Twyfo, yep, he's just going to chop them all down right by the logs. They've got the spike. And because they run out of time, still trying to get the frags at least. Maybe find the frag victory. Critical last player standing. He is going to find one at least, but does get traded. Yes, it does go back and forth. Yes, XL lose members. But when you're playing like that and you're running out of time, that's going to play a big factor if you continue to play in that manner.
That's the combination that everybody's excited about when it comes to Astra, or maybe not so excited about. When you have a Nano Swarm and a Gravity Well at the same time, that's why they switched Twyfo over in this situation. BBG had the idea. It was like, we want to go up, break the utility in mid, and then hit towards A, and potentially have the option to wrap back around, but they just didn't get quite deep enough. You can imagine a situation where They end up engaging against the Wifo. They pop the gravity well, they pop the nanoswarms, and all of a sudden that combination is gone. Either case, we got aggressive B main control here for Aaron. It's just pistols on the other side. There's the gravity well here as well. You can pop. No, nobody here to help. BCJ was there for a second, but the paranoia is too strong, and he has to fall back to site.
And he does get tagged as well by the recon bolt. Now they're starting to push on in. The shot's good through the smoke. BCJ backside, 43 HP. Oh, Rarkar, the reposition with the tailwind proves too much. Down to just him. Weeded comes in to save the day, 2-8. I'm getting this sinking feeling. We're seeing a little bit of a rerun of the first series earlier today. XSet are in firm control of this first half to start.
Really like the setup in B main there. Very basic, but Aaron pushing himself in the corner. BCJ potentially there to help if he can get there fast enough. He just wasn't there, but is able to fall all the way back to site after they get one at least. And then Wifo's there on spawn. Pure is there as well, getting right on top of him, helping BCJ out. And he's good for at least one in the back of site, but more importantly, the time. Wifo's back on A. And this time, Weeded is playing very close to that smoke. It's going to be a full A hit, though. Jet dash on top of Jen, and instantly, that lockdown is popped. Keeps everybody out. Hunter's Fury to cancel it. And they go anyways. Through the smoke, the door closed. Counter ult.
Doable, possible. Unfortunately, not going to tag anybody but the first. Now the action starts to occur in the tree room. Back and forth it goes. Pure and PCJ holding things down, and just like clockwork, XSet, they just have BBG's number. I don't know what it is. I don't know really what's going on. BBG, they got into sight, they got the control, and it just fell apart.
Well,
they just had players from XSet pinching in on both fronts, and it worked out.
I think it took a long time for that lockdown to actually get taken down by the Hunter's Fury. If it was popped insta, maybe they have the time to get past that smoke, but I think they were all concerned about that smoke going down and not being able to get that angle done on the door, and they start to push it. So just the timing ending up costing BBG there. And XSet setup on trees just too strong. Weeded, Aaron, all peeking off of each other. Just a meat grinder. This pressure that we did puts down on mid, just like we saw in pistol round, mauling into tiles and falling off, makes it so much more difficult for XSet to, or BBG to work up in through mid. They do it very fast this time, kind of calling the bait of we did. Trying to figure out where the stars are this time. Nice flash through. Not something we saw the first time. We did playing aggressively on that one. Maybe reading the fact that it's always been just poached by himself on his lonesome. At certain times, spots 2 over towards Cat. Now the game begins. Up towards Cat we go. There's a double nano on tree if they want to push into heaven. Wifo's playing off of that as well. There is a gravity well.
You should run. Enemy kill. Bomb grenade out.
That's good for one. Drop down. Wifo with another. Still, Rarkar trying to push forward. They've got to play around this lockdown. It might not even be necessary. You blink and you miss it.
Switching sides.
This is a tough match for BBG. You know, this is one of those matches where I'm curious what the tactical pause did. You sat down, you talked about it. What are we doing wrong? What do we got to do to change? Well, now it's a completely different half. You don't have your tac pause. This is the map that you selected. How do BBG bounce back? The key here starts with the pistol. Because if you lose this, XSet are in a firm position to close out the map.
Definitely some ideas from BBG that almost ended up coming through. They're getting a lot more space. But as soon as those retakes come in, as soon as the XSet was ready, so difficult. Oh, 2 gravity wells spent. As they get over top, the first one popped instantly. The second one pulled as well, but Rarkar comes out of it with the tailwind perfectly. So there we go. BBG with the first kill in the pistol round.
quick hightail over to B. Where BBG are firmly set up, however. Wifo's been kind of holding the door open. Now that they're here, execution going to be challenging with core. Push comes in, there's the recon bolt. Yep, that's going to make things challenging. Nano Swarm makes it even worse. Weeded does find something to salvage. Aaron will join him. 2v3. The injured Weeded. Aaron just trying to snail underneath Poach. It's a bullet in his brain, down to Weeded. Shot from all angles, shots from all sides, and BBG salvaged the pistol. It all started with that A main control, finding that opening pick. Meant this bloodbath that eventually happened on B was going to be a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, they walked all the way a little too slow, also a little bit too early where they started executing from. Critical. It'll pop that dart. Makes quick work of one. Not sure about the volley push, but could have worked for another, maybe. In either case, his team was there anyway, so they just destroy it. There's the same stars that we saw last time. Second one to pop. Doesn't matter, actually, they back it off. There's a smoke for them to re-clear A main as well, though, and I don't think that XSet quite know this. Rarkar's deep, and he has critical behind him. They could fight this. With the guns that they have, they could fight this hard.
It can overwhelm here, and that seems to be the idea. You see the star being planted down. They're ready for the swing. BCJ finds one. It's just an absolute bloodbath, though. Critical will stop them all with Rarkar. It was possible that that goes the other way. Exit overwhelmed. They find both players, pick up the weapons upgrade, but you put your faith into Rarkar and Critical, and they will deliver. So 4 to 10, a little bit more to work with here for BBG, but this is the first gun round for XSet. And this is where their answers back might start to come to fruition. What does their strategy look like when they've got everything that they need and more? And it seems to be quite similar to some of the initial pistol action. You know, a full aggression towards a main, passive play holding off any tiles lurk. He's here.
Once again, he's got the ult on the first gun round. So things still looking up. They're farming that orb for him as well. Once they take this main control, they almost always are backing up, and BBG is playing still very close to it, getting the info later. Last round we saw them put a smoke down to recapture the space.
Deploying drone.
Not giving it up without a fight. Hasn't really been fighting though. Drone through cats. You have Bjor's utility here. I'm not sure if that drone spotted. They're gonna walk on top of it. Turret takes contact. Flash from Poach. They go for it. He gets off the angle. Still in an awkward position. He will stop fighting it. Trades down to 34 HP. It really doesn't get any value. Shock dart. 7 HP, but he gets away.
That was close. A little too close for comfort. Will now lurking up through mid. Do they anticipate this? Out with the knife and back with the dismiss. Gets the safety, getting sprayed out. Has to use the leer to get a little bit more space to work with. Pure does eventually end up taking him down. That is the run it back no longer available. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to now hit over towards this B site. Got critical laying in wait. Does get taken down by a quick swing from Thwifo. Now the alarm bot back. Smokes are down, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh, there's one player stuck there. Now XSet in firm control. They've got that spike planted up to BBG. The onus is on them to push forward. See the weapons, at least for some. Rarkar maybe waiting for that op in the next round. He's going to need it, as he's already down and out of commission. 3 kills in quick succession, and XSet are at 11.
A slight miss smoke from Rarkar there, hitting the edge that he has to spend another one on, and also causing his team to try to get out on the other side of that. So well done for XSet. There you go. First round on the board for this other half, and BBG is forcing right back after their bonus, and they need to. Critical's got an Odin over towards B. He's been kind of playing that position right on top of the lane, very common for Silvas, and Thwifo that round was the one who shut him down. This might be a quick approach here, though. All the stars put down instantly over towards B. Force one off with the gravity well. Weeded will. She already has his ult, so he's not going to do anything. Logs clear. There's another smoke. The flash through the window. Ult is out. They're going to take the site, and they've got it if they want it. Yep. Everybody's away. But look quickly for BBG. They're going after that turret on B main. They're going after this flank. Poach is also going to find, yep, that's BCJ. They've got free reign, but they won't even take it. Going back to market.
That makes things a little bit more difficult. Pure finds one, almost swings onto the second. Dwifo, dangerous territory. 2 players towards B main, though. They're anticipating that flank, like you said, but they didn't even opt in for that control. Now Weeded has to push through the smoke, finds one, can't convert. Dwifo just trying to wrap around. One more player on the edge. It's Aaron. Finds the backstab. Still 2 players now remaining, and the spike can be defused. The defuse now starts to come through, but Rarkar, like a hawk, spots Aaron. BBG will secure yet another round. Good initial hit for XSet, but BBG were purposefully playing offsite.
Just get away. Play the full retake. I'd like to see that execute again when time comes around where they're actually playing on the site when Critical is there. But you also have to be just careful with Critical playing the Odin. Some of those fast approaches could get really punished very fast. Once again, back to the same old that we had in the first couple of rounds. The gravity well on a main. 1 star down bottom mid. When the time comes, they'll smoke. That's going to be instantly. Will peeking through. Come on, but Pure is chasing him down. Maybe one more. No, misses on Poach. And he recovers, but they're coming out of a main faster than I think he might expect.
Yep, shots from the back. He's going to be down for the count. Nano Swarms will at least delay the plan for now, and those players get relatively injured. Bjorn goes through his own Nano Swarm. He wants those frags, and he wants them bad. Now, lockdown means the defense have to push back, or they've got to fight for that lockdown. But now, he will retreat. One player almost gets detained. He will. Critical. That's so much time bought.
Yeah. Pur's back in the fight, though, but he saved his Hunter's Fury. So when this hit comes, maybe it's a little too late now. Dart, Hunter's Fury, they're all in hell. Oh, no. He's going to drone anyways. I don't think they got the tags. He's not going to spend it. It's too late in the round. They want to push now. There's the spam critical as well with the Odin. There's still 2 down there. I'm not sure if they know. Bjorn's going to go for it. And they don't convert. Dwifo and Aaron, 13 HP and 9 HP, and they bring it to match point for their team.
That is crazy. The fact that you've got 3 players in there like a bomb shelter and they survive the absolute onslaught is insane. They had so many tools at BBG's disposal to get rid of those players. And alas, here we are at match point for XSet on BBG's map pick.
Question there for Critical. Not recognizing the time on the lockdown, getting detained himself, losing all that time. And now it's all or nothing. Now for BBG, Poach taking a short info peek. That's where we did get Will peeking down and getting the first kill on that round, but still not able to convert. Nothing different for XSet. Eventually they say they're going to get this round. We'll just stick with what we've been doing so far. Quick poke over towards B. The smoke down in mid. Here comes the drone to re-clear everything and hopefully get up towards Cats and then potentially hit this ace site. We've got a long time on this round. But quite shortly, we might be moving to map 2.
Might be the case. No ultimates to work with. You have a Hunter's Fury now for BCJ. That can be used to clear the tree room. That's not what even it might be used for. Critical's going to try to stop the push in coming through the arches. Thankfully, I thought that was definitely a guaranteed frag, but he's going to now back away and join the rest of his team. Bjorn just holding them down. Now it's the opposing Hunter's Fury from BCJ. Finds its mark onto Bjorn, but it's all down to the Sova himself. Bit of a tougher spot. Of course, the weapon's not ideal for BBG, but Markar from the side pinch him in. 6 more to go for BBG if they want to pack a punch in this map. Might quickly be booking a ticket to that second map, but it's all contingent on XSet performing. The weapons don't look that good this round.
No, they don't. But still, I mean, one of these rounds, 6 in a row, BBG now have to get to even force OT. XS definitely got the resolve to close this out. Just how are they going to go about it? They do have Cosmic Divide this time. It is a light buy. Don't expect it too much on this round. Critical still with a judge as well. Although last round ended up buying so much space against BCJ that he's so worried about it his team can swing out. BCJ this time spends his drone over
what?
towards A. Wait.
He doesn't get spotted by the drone. No. It goes right over Bjorn. Doesn't matter though, as they still manage to break through onto the A site. Will now pushing forward. He's got to deal with the shotgun, but it's the Phantom upgrade for Pure. Now this Thrifty's coming to fruition for XSet. Down to 3. Recon Bolt, sorry, Shock Dart's over, but now the Recon Bolt for the defense to try to get the intel. Pure. Rifle playing off site. Ults are not available, but it doesn't matter. There's the Shock Dart frag for Pure, but still it's 2v2. Drop down. BCJ finds one. Thwifo with another. A Thrifty round to dominate. And
you're right back. Here we go. Map number 2. XSet against BBG. XSet starting on the attack. BBG will defend, and they need to defend as they're on the ropes, down 1-0.
starts with this initial pistol, and you kind of highlighted it. 5 players strong, XSet barreling down through the courtyard, but they will split up. Just push in towards B. The paint shell's going to push Rockhart back, and they're going to push up forward. We've seen a lot of this control towards Link, but the paranoia from Poach, trying to get a little bit more ground. Nothing will be found other than a couple of injured players on both sides. Rocker is actually down to 3. One tough swing and it'll all be over, and that's exactly what we end up seeing. Pure with 2. Rarkar now, the injured player trying to back away. He does find his mark onto Pure, but still, it's an absolute disaster. All down to the shoulders of Bjor, but he's got the sight line onto the spike. 2 members now starting to push forward. We'll get that spike picked back up, and now as he returns back, you'll see, oh wait. Oh, it's gone. Well, now I gotta go figure out where it went. So now, hearing that audio cue, it's B. Doesn't have quite the utility as it's set up over towards C. They'll play towards the courtyard, but Thwifo playing a little bit closer, a little bit of a tighter angle around the bend there. That is going to be a very challenging swing for Bjork, because he has to check the right first, or at least the copy. Oh no, he checks left! Ooh, now it's just down to Weeded. I mean, he's got this, but nice intelligence there from Bjork.
Hey, close. Thwifo in the one and done position. Bjork checks him. Very close. I'm wondering why all these pistol rounds on Haven have been the same idea, right? That was very nice in my mind from XSet, but the way that they had to spend so much time fighting against the A-Link push, and then eventually they're like, yeah, well, it wasn't eventually. The idea the entire time was not to plant the spike, but to bring it through that A-Link and end up pushing all the way through. The 2 fights that they had, the initial one and then the one that delayed everything while the drone was coming through and they started getting the frags on A-Link, almost made it through. Could have costed them. They got the crossfire down. That's BBG's side from Spawn and also the A-Link and Heaven as well. So here it is again. XSet, 5 people except for Thwifo as they drone up into C and they just take it. Pure and Aaron leading the charge. Smokes are down. Nothing on Spawn, so they can take these advantageous gunfights. Thwifo also spots, but everybody should know Thwifo lurks, but they don't. They're not paying attention. Rarkar's there, and they're going to try to pinch him, but oh, they get him. They get him. 2v4 though, so all for naught potentially.
I mean, if Aaron falls here, it's a possibility that they do some heavy damage. Definitely here's the audio cue on the reload. Oh, sees one drop through. One player still close right. Bjork has the angle, paint shells. Now the swing still has a little bit more control and a solid round from XSet. This upcoming round is the biggest key. Why? Because the last time we unlocked round 3, XSet won it 2. It was a 3-0 start on Ascent. A 3-0 start. BBG could not convert onto that 3rd round. So, for XSet, we see something like that repeat. Or BBG a little bit more prepared this time. We see a lot of membership over towards that A site, and that is where XSet are at least to start cheating over.
They have to slow things down. Oh, is there? Okay, thought he was trapped in that one. Rarkar at the bottom is short. He has to get some sort of entry. Oh, good switch here with Will as well. But Rarkar falls and he doesn't get a second. Critical tries to join in, but Thwifo's up long with a frenzy. There it is. 3 versus 2 on the A retake, and again the 5-man hits. What do they have to stop this sort of thing from XSet?
I mean, they had membership in sewers and they got the trades, but like it's the numbers game in that case, right? You get the advantage just by the pure numbers. So now, what do you do with Bjor and Poach? Here's the paranoia, and they act based on it accordingly. The quick trade, the showstopper for Bjor. Now just down to him. Playing crossfire setup. Now the pre-fire shot, but Waifu with 1 HP. It's different. It's built different. And I think some of you think the same. 65% of you think that XSet are going to clean this map up. And I mean, the stats don't lie, but BBG still have a chance. Still have the opportunity. They're not down and out quite yet. You see this adaptation trying to get the read on the stacks. They need to do a little bit better than that.
Yeah. The idea was almost perfect for Will and Rarkar to walk back down sewers, but XSet is too fast and too ready on the trade. It's going to be critical farming the orb, and he gets punished for it. It's only an eco, so it's fine. You want to just try to gamble for the orbs in situations like this. And he did get it, so he got the orb, or he got his ult up for the next round.
Satchel out.
Adrian just went for it. Satchel up from the Set Bro box. And we did to confirm the round. 4-0. Has to stop the bleeding. BBG does for sure. It was 10-2 the first half of the last map. 10-2. And the pace would have been good on that second half, but if you don't have a strong opener, it's going to be difficult.
Let's get a lay of the land here. Blade Storm, run it back. Neural Theft, Hunter's Fury. Got all the utility in the world. You're set up. You gotta invest some of this to secure this round. How you do that is with Will right here. Run it back now. Starting to pop. Finds the pick onto one. Can't convert onto the second, but the damage is done. You got what you've wanted.
I like how he runs away as Poach is still unspotted.
My eyes are
Down mid as well. He gets the good shots. And now 5 vs 3. Bjor here. Gonna get 2! 1 through the cage. And then the spray to follow up. Will quickly trade him anyways. But a good round from BBG. Starting off with the Will run it back. Critical also with a Hunter's Fury to combine out the window. And there you have it. BBG on the board. And from really good play there by Poach, Will down mid. Especially like how he just runs his way out of the cubby and potentially baits a player into peeking, where Poach is ready and waiting to take that whack-a-mole straight to him.
That's unfortunate. Can't quite get the orb, can't quite get involved. The re-peek is quite dangerous. You could have players ready to pop out the cage at any moment. HLs are going to make things even worse, but that utility is starting to add up. How much you've invested to get the control of this A long side, and now Will is going to create a counter push on the opposite front. Does get quickly traded. That's worth it. 1 for 1. Next set have to reset.
Over towards C-Long they go. They've got the Cosmic Divide. Keep an eye on the mini-map for that popping. The 4v4, it might be worth. Especially if they can get some time down off the backside of this dart. Also knives from Pure as well. It's going to be popped at moment's notice. There's the Hunter's Fury back up for BCJ. Yeah, they get into sight. They're going to get the spike down. And then potentially the Cosmic Divide. But no, they're actually falling off to Long. I would have expected if they wanted to use that, to put that down on spawn and garage.
Sure. Up close and personal, and it's about to get personal. Rarkar on the opposite side of this smoke, but Pure is laying in wait. Doesn't have the tailwind, but might get it soon if he finds another pick. He does! That's 2! Still 2 remain for the defense. The defuse is starting to come through. Bjor is just trying to buy time. Finds 1, 2! Oh, goodness! But Aaron, he's flanking from the opposite side. And Critical takes care of him. What a round from BBG. But but there's no time? Oh,
hurts.
no.
That hurts. That hurts. XSet bring it back. Definitely should have ended up losing, but the time is so strong on their side, even with the smokes down. They're able to spend it through. That was Pure buying so much up close. Yeah, Dior ended up having the highlights, but never did they get this half. Just the one peek from Aaron. If he got that half just a second later for Aaron on that push in garage, the round would have gone their way. So he's the hero in that case, but Pure as well bought so much.
Markar has to push back. He's going to push back forward. He's going to be waiting for them on the opposite end. He's going to go right over towards the Sova, but misses him completely. Waipo with one will, just trying to get a little bit of value with that swing with the curveball, but unfortunately comes up empty-handed. It's XSet that grab a fistful of sight and take control of all of it. Down to two final players, Poach and Critical. Pure using that tailwind to get the safety to try to avoid those shock darts. They will miss their mark regardless. Another save round here coming in for BBG. That puts XSet up by 5. Very clean round. Falls right into their lap. Quick execution. And that pop just hurts.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, Rarkar there getting a little overzealous past the entire team. I think it was a really awkward situation already from the beginning. How the drone was coming in and he was trying to peek over top of it, then the smoke coming in, and then pressure down long as well. He's like, I gotta get out of here. Knives popped. So not as clean as the previous one, but even that was a little... Obviously, they lost that one. So you're right, 5 rounds up for XSet. Everything seems to be working, no matter what it is. Walks down.
Right here.
See long, the A splits that have been going on. Everything. I mean, the pistol round as well, pushing into B.
This goes here.
The clutch situations that they lose but actually win. I mean, it's the same thing that we saw, I think, on round number 3, the first gun round. Just drone up and then take. Ult's gonna combine Yor into his cage once again. That's the second time that's happened. BCJ doesn't find the kill either on him.
Well, he does eventually get traded, but was that a lineup? Weeda just finds 2? Were they lined up? That's possible. Weeda pops the Cosmic Divide, gives himself some time, but Will's not going to have any of it. He pushes forward close, but BCJ has the angle. Now Rarkar has something to say about it. Poach pushes through the smoke, pushes through the wall. And now just down to BCJ, has the smoke. Cover him for now. Shock dart so well timed. And that's the 3K on the round. A couple of love taps to boot. And XSet up by 6. This is starting to really slip away from BBG.
Yeah, I mean, at the pace that we're going, we might see another 10-2, like, for sure. And it's not even a 10-2 that they get to switch to. Path that they might be a little bit more proficient to. This is XSet going back to defense, and we know how Waipo, how strong he is in Garage with his one-way cages, how strong the Cypher players on A have been. This is rough. This is definitely rough. I actually was thinking that Cosmic Divide was going to force a couple players to push through like they did. He basically gave him a lot of space, but it doesn't matter when you have BCJ making plays like that. I really like that shock dart combo as the smoke's about to fade, right as he's about to tap too. Very nicely done.
And indeed. Tough around here for BBG around the bend. Once again, they're just trying to hold on to the control that they have been trying to fight for on this A site quite consistently. It's the C site that usually you roll the dice. They'll play passive, they'll play setup. The economy is just not quite there, so they're taking their bets. They're betting on A. Fortunately for them, it's the XSet drone up, get the sight lines, get the visual, get the control, and you're good to go. So now it's up to BBG to 5v5 retake. Unfortunately, BCJ does get tagged. Aaron's going to play contact. This is going to be a problem as they will start to run through. Now they have to refocus, re-strategize, but the paranoia's angled incorrectly. Shots will continue to go through. Aaron runs out of steam, runs out of ammo. And now down to the 3v4. Injured members here still for XSet. They're all playing down the long side. No smokes available. Well, there are actually. Rarkar's got 3. No cages though for Bjor.
It's gonna come down to time again.
Shots now from range. There's gonna be the concuss.
Oh.
Still the defuse is in. Rarkar! Oh, it's so close! But they take down the spike diffuser. Oh my goodness.
That was so scary. I thought for sure he was gonna get that diffuser stuck around the corner. Found the gap, the opportunity for them to actually hide from that long plant. Thank goodness Pure is there in time, because that was seconds, milliseconds away from going the other way. Same situation though, just like the other round, where it's just 1 second will buy BBG the round. It's just not enough against XSet right now. The trades were super good down C long. Again. But it needs to be more. It needs to be more. They need to find some sort of man advantage because that's the only time they've really had this round. It was the rounds with Poach and Will down mid, if you recall. Nothing else like that has really happened since. They've been kind of trapped in their own side of the map.
Cage triggered.
Finally, Rarkar with the op down A long as well. This might actually work out. There's a lot of pressure down towards him, and Poach might get a flank. There's the kill, but the misdash. Oh no, Poach is back in time though.
And he's a little bit late to the party though, as the paranoia will be able to support as well. Runs out of ammo, starts to chase, but Weeded is there on the flank around the box still. Spike needs to be planted, and they're consistently being contested. Will now gonna think about dropping down, but because BCJ takes care of him, that allows Weeded to plant the spike safely. He might decide what, where, and how. Oh, he was just trolling Bjorn, jumping up and down, trying to get the early peek. Now he might drop down right by ammo. Shot's good though from BCJ as you sees him drop down 9-1. BBG have yet to find an answer. I smell it. I smell a tactical. Smell that?
Yep.
Coming. Coming. They need some help. They need a pause. They need a breather from this domination.
There's only 2 rounds left in that half. Like, even using a tactical at this point, it's maximum they get out of it. 2 rounds.
This is a nice spot. Now,
Definitely might be worth though to try to stop that scoreline that we had on XSet. No tac used on this first half. He's gonna dart deep out of grass. He might push with this. No. Once again, nothing. Wifel's got the cam out there as well. It does get broken by Poach, but 4 people down C long. How many times have we seen this? Bjor, different story though. He's got the judge. Never mind. Same story as always. 3 players down on the take. Dwifo with the last there as well. Poach last player remaining, and it's gonna be him against Dwifo. He gets it, yes. Maybe a phantom pick. Nope, it's a Bucky.
Think about the odds of that. You're just trying to get something to bring your team back, and you find a Bucky. And that is just tough going for Poach. Tries to find a little bit more sauce. Unfortunately, the canister is empty. 10-1, last round of the half. Potential for an 11-1. Let's see what we got cooking here for BBG. Hunter's Fury available, but XSet have everything. This is going to be a disaster. Showstopper, Cosmic Divide, Blades, they're going to throw everything at BBG. On the opposite side, Rarkar is 1 away from the Blade Storm, can be a factor. Since he has a Bucky, he might really be looking for orb control, but he's nowhere near it. He's not even poised and ready at the barrier. There's Hunter's Fury available though, no theft, and that's exactly what you see pop over towards really anywhere, trying to find a tag, trying to find something, and critical does not come up.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, never mind again. Counter ult from BCJ gets a tag, but not the finish onto critical, but a pick down C forces them to start to rotate, but instantly they're like, hold on, there's nobody else here. Cosmic Divide down. Rarkar might dive forward and dash out. There's a possibility to stop the plant. They don't actually know it's going down, which is the interesting part.
Oh, he's going. He's going. He's hungry. He finds the frag. Now the blades, of course, for Pure are still available. Rucker hasn't popped them quite yet. Bjor will help out. Down to BCJ. Does not have that Hunter's Fury no longer. Has the recon bolt and a couple of shock darts, but he's waiting for the swing. Rockhart does get tagged. The defuse is going through. He needs to stop it. Shot's good. One more second, and it's defused. Critical salvages the round. 10-2. BPG have bought themselves a little time.
Finally, that time is on their side, man. Finally, they come through with the defuse. In the last round of the half, another 10-2 though, and like we saw on Ascent, XSet will convert. Might take a couple of rounds, but they will. So many of these came down to last seconds. This round from Bjor, for example, Aaron catching critical off of the spike at the most important moment. Bjor was not going to be able to get there in time to help him against Aaron either, so he had to make that gamble. There's not even a trust thing there at all. Maybe if it was a Jet. Cypher, no. 10-2 on the half. XSet switches over to defense, and right away they've got this presence in mid, unlike what we've seen so far. They might walk down through the smoke as well. Poach spots it, so he knows that they're playing aggressive on mid. They don't want to test this now, even though the smoke is down.
We'll still have two players on the window, and this is like one of the scariest things to swing peek on because you have no idea what could still be there. Now Poach is able to find a little bit more intel, say, okay, they've left the B site completely, or at least what we've seen from the early start of the round. Now a lot of those players have rotated into sewers. Those two players that were heavy on the B site,
Right here.
we did the Pure, now repositioned, and fortunately for them, the read is quite on the wronger side. So we have Aaron and BCJ ready for this push onto C, but they are quite unaware. Now Aaron spots things out, sees at least a couple of players. Paint shells make things a little bit easier, but doesn't anticipate BCJ on plat. That kill comes easy. Now the recon bolt out and open. Still, shock darts are gonna hurt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Still alive though. Twifo with one. Dura from the backside will still pinch in one of those players, and it's a flawless. It kind of slipped away from me. I could see you just kind of like, what happened in that round? But BBG just got picked apart.
Yeah, I mean, Bjor almost had the flank opportunity, but he got outflanked by the defense. Bjor coming in at the perfect time, right before it was about to do work onto, who was it, BCJ on the back of sight there? Aaron's nade to delay. Good pistol from XSet. I love the face that they had on B to show, hey, there is no chance you're going to do the typical, let's rush B, let's get up into A-Link ideas on pistol.
Cage triggered.
Same cage that XSet was throwing on their attack to get a lot of space over towards A long. I love when Twifo and Aaron do it. He misses the jump across, but the boost up with the satchel from Aaron to get Twifo in an unconventional position. And when you think it's the Cypher player playing here and all of a sudden he's on top of the box, that's something that XSet has coined for sure.
No more charges left.
Things have slowed down a little bit. Yor gets into an engagement with Twifo. Doesn't do enough damage to quite take him down. 82 HP is what remains. We did with the jump peak, spots Rakar. Recon bolt. Okay, who else is here? Is there a player behind Gong? Nope. Okay, I'm going in. Hitting the go button. Rakar finds one. Weeded is now down for the count. And now the smoke off to not allow any follow through from XSet. So this will be a safe spike plant. Unless BCG pinches in. BCJ pinches in from the opposite side. Does fall. And now things are a little bit more doable. They're trying to fight for that smoke, but they'll push through. Twifo with one. Poach all down to you. 9 HP. Not going to be possible. And now it's XSet match point 12-2.
Yeah, you're going off just like this game is. Modulate ourselves down towards the end.
Rails, there are
because
none.
yeah,
no rails.
It's off at this point. And they also invested some sheriffs into that too. So this buy, is there really one? Spectres, an Ares on Poach, a sheriff on critical. Yeah, I mean, they went for the Hail Mary to get themselves off a match point because that's where they were in the last game. They don't want to be there. And, well, we're here again anyways. Nade through on the cage. Bjor crosses. Pure is all the way deep already. Bjor gets one, though. That might be difficult, but Aaron and Pure are up A long. How difficult. They already know there's one deep behind them. They're going to get the flank there while Aaron holds on to the A lobby control. There it is.
Still a 3v3. XSet are definitely pushing their limits. Definitely pushing their limits. D-side is where they're going to end up going. Thwyfo can hold on to this. Does end up falling. This could be around BBG are able to put together. Pure and BCJ are quite far. Now have slowly started to collaborate together, come together. A little bit slower. Waiting on the opposite side as Rakar finds the frag onto Pure, down to just BCJ. And they're all waiting on the opposite side. Wait, that shock dart was kind of crazy, though. It was kind of a little crazy.
I thought he was about to do it to him. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I thought he was about to do it to him.
I felt it. With that shock dart, I was like, oh my god, he's like off the backboard, alley-oop, self-dunk. He's in the business.
There we go. Okay, the light by it works. BBG, okay. Still some breathing. I thought for sure after that A lobby push, but Fear is not able to trade the last kill to make it a man advantage on that A lobby control after they lost. Who was it? Who was it that was deep? It was We Did down sewers by himself. Meanwhile, Pure and Aaron were down A long. Oh, that nade. I think there's a little bit to Will. Deep camera out from Thwyfo. It is Bucky's and a light buy for XSet.
Okay. That was a little spicy, that's for sure.
That's a long-range Bucky, man. That is a long-range Bucky one-shot. Well, I guess it wasn't, because the original tags from that nade onto Will, so it wasn't a full one-shot. Still playing deep inside of this garage. They've got the setup and also Pure close. Oh, no. The dash through. Pure is going to try to chase. He's by himself, though. There's a teleport in the back of C-Link. Rarkar's on the flank on the garage angle.
Oh
Pure still gets two, though. Are you kidding me? And Pure will fall as well. XSet with a absolutely clinical 2-0